First item is the Pledge of Allegiance. Raymond, will you lead us?
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let me get rid of a couple of things.
Housekeeping.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to accept the non-public and public minutes of February 2nd, 2023.
Seconded by Anita. Any comments, questions, discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, done. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, abstentions, that is 5-0. Consent agenda.
Make a motion to accept the consent agenda for February 16th, 2023. Accounts payable payment manifest dated 2/16/23. Payroll payment manifest dated 2/16/23. Distribution of funds from the accrued wages fund in the amount of $857.19. Sewer liens from warrant 2022 S01. Map lot number 224-006 in the amount of $148.10. Map lot number 113-041 in the amount of $160.32. Map lot number 113-041 in the amount of $670.47. Map lot number 114-058 in the amount of $213.96. Water liens from warrant 2022 W01. Map lot number 224-006 in the amount of $174.62. Map lot number 217-041-001 in the amount of $216.37. Map lot number 113-041 in the amount of $174.62. Map lot number 113-041 in the amount of $345.48. Map lot number 114-058 in the amount of $202.94. Intent to excavate 23-059-01-E for map lot number 225-005. Appointment of Caitlin Anthony as a member of the Economic Development Committee for 1 year.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Well done. That was a mouthful.
It was, I had a sweet candy in my mouth.
I will just add, we took 2 of the water liens off from what was sent last night because we confirmed that those were paid.
Okay, great.
So that's good. Those were removed.
Are any of those liens relative to the decision that we made regarding the building on Beach Street?
No.
Okay.
These are water sewer liens for 2022. They probably should have come to you before now, but we didn't have them to you in time.
Yeah.
But these are from 2022 period, but then none of them are Beach Street.
Okay.
No. And that was mainly because I had been out sick and I was trying to let Cheryl know how to do them, and Carrie was new, so.
Good. Okay, any further discussion on any items on the consent agenda?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Abstentions? That is 5-0. Thank you. Warrant articles.
So, I don't know if you want to start with Rama first.
Yes.
Part of it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was just
That's
going down the
all
list.
We put it all together under this
It's in the
article. So it's town meeting warrant
Yep,
articles.
in
And
voting day
voting day
assignments.
assignments and things like that.
Okay.
So
I'm here, of course, to make sure you're all gonna be there on election day.
When is it?
And I know Les has to leave for a while, but that's all right. She'll be back to sign things.
What day is
I
it?
cleared it.
The 14th.
March 14th.
and then the town meeting's the 18th.
I'll be there, I'm not running for anything else.
Right.
Yeah, you have to
Good thing.
be, you'll get to be inside for a
I do
change.
get to be in there.
I will be there,
Right.
I will be there, but I have a conference call at lunchtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've talked to Ned about this building, and he feels it's really too small to do the elections in, that it just, if this was, a little bit bigger, but because COVID is still around and people are so concerned with the sickness and everything that's around, it would be better to be up at the old town hall.
Okay.
Go cop.
Well, Ned has, that's nice.
What's going on over there?
I'm not used to this.
I'm taking this way.
Thank you.
He's already putting us to shame wearing a
I know.
tie.
I know.
How's that better?
Thank you very much.
I'll put a thumbs up
Okay.
on my last meeting.
Representative.
We call
Oh, that's right, Your Honor.
I didn't get, no, not your honor.
The honorable.
The honorable, there we go.
Honorable.
I'm just gonna step out and make a more welcome.
Okay, I think that, yeah, I mean, I personally would defer to Ned there. I like being in the building. I know there are a lot of other feelings about it, and I get those. I'd like to be able to be up at the lake again. That would be nice.
Too short a notice for that, though.
Oh, yeah, no, that's, no, I just mean in the future.
Yeah.
I think it's also worth talking with the school again. They seem more open. I know other towns are able to figure that out. Whether they do a teacher education day, or I think Rumney still has the kids there. I know Laconia does like a professional ed day.
I think they could separate us
Yeah.
somehow at the high school, because they have those gates they can pull.
Yeah.
I did want to, I just got this, so I haven't even told Rainbow this. I did get a complaint that just came in that says to look into the conditions of access to and into the old town hall. They believe the sidewalk from School Street to at least the end of the property should be replaced. Obviously, we can't do that now before this meeting, but they said a handrail possibly on both sides of the sidewalk would be welcomed. We did put the handrail in on the
With the center handrail, yeah.
center.
Yeah.
Made a difference.
And then also a handrail from the sidewalk to the steps would be helpful. If you do that, you're blocking a handicapped parking
Mhm.
that we've allowed there. And he's recommending it to be removable to allow access, and did send a link to something. So I just wanted to share
Who's
that. It says Gilbert Murphy's Ernst Drive. So he called yesterday apparently and talked to Deb and then emailed this, and I
Okay.
get to put it in your packet.
Yep. Noted.
So,
Yep.
They're all good concerns. And I think we all feel the same way. It's just this portion, if you could push that wall out to that landing out there, then you would probably be big enough. But it's really small in here, it's very tight.
at this point, is there something we can do about transporting people up
That's what I'm
there?
wondering, yeah.
I mean, golf cart, March 14th, depending on the weather,
It could be 70 degrees, it
it
could
could
be,
be, it could be
freezing.
bitter.
we had a blizzard one year.
I know.
Yes, I was running that year.
Pouring rain.
But at this rate, it's gonna be summertime, come March 14th.
Oh, well, they're saying the cold snap's coming. But
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
believe it when I see it.
Is
Yeah.
Mark's UTV usable at all for that or not?
Like one seat.
It's
Yeah, I
not
was gonna
easy,
say,
it's not
easy
as
getting in and out.
easy as a golf
Right.
cart.
Yeah.
It actually takes a little maneuvering to get in and out.
Could we borrow, J.P. Morrison's his car?
It's happened before, we ended up not using it, for something, no, that was for the
For
fireworks.
fireworks, we
Yeah,
did use it for part of the fireworks, but.
yeah.
the golf carts are tippy, so it makes it hard to get them up the sidewalk,
Yeah,
and you can't run them up and down the road, obviously, but.
yeah. We'll have to see if there's something that can be done.
Because I think people would utilize it for the ride up there and back, if we could go back and forth. Even if it would be hard to do some type of van
Yeah,
to get up that that driveway, but,
People really like the golf carts,
yeah.
but, you know, we could rent some, but they wouldn't be free like they were
No, they're-
before.
right.
They're not free anymore.
No, I know. I don't mind renting them.
It was $270 for the two that we rented for Old Home Day. I mean, I
That's
don't know if that
if you're
price
talking a
will
couple
change.
$100, I mean,
Yeah.
What
Let's-
was the other issue? Was it a safety issue of driving them up and back?
Somebody was concerned about them driving up the sidewalk, but I mean, they are tippy, you just have to be careful about, not tippy, they're good as long as you put the weight in the right locations, but,
yeah.
but I don't see why we couldn't do them again, we just have to have volunteers to run the car.
Yeah.
We could look into renting them that day, the only problem is, if there's snow
Oh,
or
right.
ice, they're not going to be able to be
They're not
used,
gonna go
so.
And the
I thought
last
we
time,
blocked the lane, sort of, or the
Oh.
shoulder. Didn't we block the shoulder at one point for once?
I don't
Shuttling
remember
up and down.
doing that.
No, I
Remember
don't
going
think,
up the sidewalk?
They were going up the sidewalk?
we were going up the sidewalk, but, we blocked the lanes for fireworks, but,
Yeah,
for
no, I thought we
side,
did that here, but it was just, it's too
It's too much
dangerous on this
traffic.
road.
and we actually block off the side of the road to try and keep people from parking to go to voting too, but,
Right.
and that was another thing I was thinking of. I know there's a lot more traffic, but years ago, they used to let them park on that side, not on both sides, but
Yeah.
on the side of the town hall. And I was wondering, wanted to ask Chris, but I haven't seen him, just ask him if there was a reason why they're not allowing that
You just
anymore.
missed it.
I mean, when it was on both sides, it made the road really narrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then at least people could park a little closer.
well, cause they allow them on the other side, but then they're parking on the sidewalk on the other side.
Right.
And the only
course,
good
that
thing
gets you
about
off the
that
road.
building is it's big enough. That's really the only good thing about that building. It's not good for anyone standing outside. It's not good for older people or anyone that might have a problem walking to
I
get
have
up.
I'll make an inquiry. I have a client. With a 4-person golf cart. It's one of those off-road ones. It's got the
Yeah.
better. It's got more clearance and.
Oh,
tires.
So,
a side by side, four
Yeah.
person side by side, yeah.
But it's not. It's an actual golf cart. It's just
Oh,
a
really?
stretched golf
Oh.
cart. Yeah. I'll ask about that.
a limo,
Would it go in the snow?
It would. I mean, it wouldn't go if there were 8 inches of snow on the sidewalk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it might work, right?
Yeah.
Down at Loudon, they have like stretch ones with 6 and 8 people.
Yeah.
But they're actually 4x4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they would go in the snow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had this one up on Wood Street.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's.
But a 4-person one of them, they're sort of easy to get in and out of.
Yeah, they are easy to get in and out of.
The base sounds like it might be a little wider than the regular golf carts would be
Not too much. It would fit on that
on
sidewalk.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you might wanna have a couple spaces out here marked for people that needed a ride up and back,
Yeah.
so that
Would
they.
have, or have a sign say, wait here for shuttle.
Right,
Yeah.
shuttle services, and advertise it, shuttle services,
Yeah.
shuttle will be provided.
tips
So,
and stuff.
but either way, we'll either do that or we'll rent a couple.
What if you could talk to an outfitter, you know, or one of the outdoor performance, you know,
Yeah.
type places? They might rent one for, you know, relatively inexpensive.
But they just
Some
die or
free
have any,
advertising.
The rental place, is it down in Laconia? Do you remember?
the golf cart?
Yeah.
Oh, no, so the golf cart that I'm, bought out, they bought Woolsey's.
Yeah.
And that's the one I know the price off my head,
Yeah.
because that's who we went to for all.
They were
of them.
Franklin, weren't they?
They moved to Franklin, but But does
Oh,
Dyer's
just one
Outdoor
across.
Performance have anything?
Yeah.
I don't know, but so,
Four-wheelers.
where's that?
I have a four-wheeler, I'll take, if someone can hop on the back of it, I'll take them up.
No, they have the ones
It's a
with
little
the
harder to get into. Yeah.
But we do have signboards.
I mean, I have a trailer, we can,
Yeah, put them all on the,
We
go
could
for a hayride.
We can pull chairs down.
yeah,
Throw a couch on there.
No, that would be bad. So we have signboards, we have a lot of signboards upstairs, so we're technically probably community events, but we could utilize
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
To put signs out more, to be more recognizable. Wait here for your shuttle, wait here for your shuttle back.
Wait a minute.
And the only
put
problem
some
is
ropes
if it
between them,
snows.
And you could use that as your
yeah,
ropes to walk
that's a
up.
problem if it
Yeah.
snows.
So,
We'll go up the road, hang a Yui, come back down.
like, I guess the worst case scenario, you've got a police officer, here's a thought, you've got a police officer on duty, you block part of the road off and have traffic allow people to stop and go. I mean, the worst part though is traffic can be very busy.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Especially in the morning.
Or you could reroute them.
Do we need a person on the sidewalk? Sort of like a monitor for if the golf cart's coming back and forth and people are
Yeah.
walking?
Yeah, we'll have to have a
Did
couple
you
of.
talk about that already?
Yeah, we did.
Sorry. I
No, that's
apologize.
okay. We'll have to put the word out for some volunteers.
Well, we'll look into
So,
golf
you know,
carts.
Not the civil support team, what do they call
Oh, you know, the
Sir,
the
Oh,
CERT,
right.
Community Emergency Response Team?
Yeah.
They love doing that kind of stuff, they might. I don't know how we get in touch with them through fire, probably.
Angel Ekstrom. Well, then.
What if we had Harold?
what?
Harold that does cross
Yeah,
guard downtown.
yeah, he's
What if
certainly
we
good
had
at it.
him during the day?
Yeah. All right, so
So-
we'll make a plan,
We'll look into golf carts
and
and
then we'll
you'll
look at
ask,
alternatives.
we'll try, to figure out what we can do. We'll have couple of different options, we'll work on it, so.
Okay.
Alright, well, so do the two people that don't run have to be there that day?
Yes, they
Yes,
do.
they
do.
They're still,
Duty
they're
is-
still,
yeah.
they're still
Still
Yeah,
official.
they're not done that until that later.
Oh, no.
Not
Yeah,
done
not-
till
till
Saturday,
town meeting.
whenever.
End of town meeting when you swear
Right.
people in.
That's right.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I guess we're gonna, technically until you swear something in, we're in.
Yes.
That's all we have for signing?
Yes, from finance, you have more.
Where's the
Oh,
blue?
sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't give you a consent agenda.
You
Here's
can
the
start,
consent agenda.
Carol can start with
You'll
that.
have more as we go too, but
Yep.
those are consent agenda. So, do you have anything more on voting?
Little.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so you're all gonna be there, right?
Yep,
And then I'm thinking of keeping the 6 ballot clerks for the 3 stations rather than put it down to 2 for town meeting. I think it goes quicker if we have A through F and whatever.
yeah.
If you have the people.
I do. I have enough people to do that.
Are
That's
you gonna
how
have 6 lines instead of 3?
No, the 3 lines, but I have
3 instead of
2
2.
people.
People at each.
3 lines instead of 2 lines.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we have those 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Way we always do it.
Okay, I'm doing the same thing I always do.
Thank you.
Forget it.
I'm like, isn't that the way you do it?
Yeah.
For town meetings sometime, for town elections sometimes I've just done 2.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah.
But, so Sean, I'm gonna just leave it.
Okay.
Everything's status quo.
And I think that's it for there. I've talked to the highway about getting ready to set it up. And then I've talked to them about getting the ballot boxes into my car on that Friday for Saturday's meeting.
Did you talk to Jeff about opening when do we need the building?
Well, I didn't want to make that decision. I wanted to find out when you wanted us to open the building, because they'll have to set it up the week before. Of course, that all depends on snow and everything too, but, so So sometime the week before, they usually like to set it up, I think, on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
Barbara Greenwood's still doing the food.
I'm
Yes,
picking
you
up
made
the
that
sandwiches,
clear to
yes.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She was not giving that up.
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if all three supervisors will be there because, you know, Gail Sardo had surgery a while back, but she has to lay low for, I think it's eight weeks or 10 weeks, so. I did tell them if at town meeting they need the three, I will go set with them so that we can have 3 lines
okay.
if Gail can't make it. So then it all depends on Gail.
You can always yell at us to go
Hmm?
out. You can always make us go out.
I'm sorry.
We can always go out and help if you need us
Right.
to.
Yep.
Who's Gus?
Make Gus.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for right now that I can think of.
Great.
Okay?
So that's the first
my
part
sweet
of the
tapping.
conversation.
Sorry.
Have a good meeting.
Thanks, Raymond.
Thank you.
Thank you, Drew.
You all know mine. The second part, here, you can take that one. In case you need
Do we
to sign.
have the list?
Under number 4 is you mean the warrant article
Yeah.
list. Number
Yeah.
4, I also have it on the screen.
Okay.
So this is the warrant article assignments. I have other questions on town meeting, but we can do the warrant article assignments first. So you'll start with Article 11, which is the budget.
Budget committee will do that, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Contingency fund is Article 12.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Don't everybody jump at once.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What did you say?
I'll do the easy one.
I wasn't gonna say that, but if you want to do
I'd be
it,
happy
yeah.
Carol, we usually go down through them and people volunteer for what they want.
I was
So-
kind of
Sorry.
writing, I wasn't hearing exactly what you
So
said.
Article 12.
Anita will do Article 12.
She'll speak to it. Do you want to, so what I've done in the past, when I was select board, and you can, I don't know how you want to do
Yeah.
it. We pick who moved, who seconded, and we
Yes.
picked who spoke.
Yep.
So it's all picked and ready to
Yep,
go.
yep, no, we do the same thing,
Okay.
so, I will move Article 12, and then you'll give us that note.
Yep.
I will move Article 12, Les can second it.
And then Anita will speak. Okay, got it.
Actually, no, Anita should move it, I think if you're gonna speak to it, you should move it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
So Anita will move it,
Yeah.
I will second,
And Anita will speak.
yep,
Got it.
And then go back to 11, same thing, or do you?
Well, 11's budget committee, but,
Oh, right.
and then
We like the
anybody
budget
can
committee.
hop in usually.
No,
There's
so we don't need
questions.
to, we don't need to motion that.
yeah. And then, 13 is the patriotic,
Is that the fireworks?
yes.
Yeah. That's
I
usually.
usually do that when I don't mind doing it.
Les will move it, Carol will second,
And Les will speak to it.
yeah. Article 14 is the capital improvements.
Oh, wait, I forgot, we were voting Dawn to do all these, weren't we?
Yep,
All right.
I can do them all day long if you want.
I
I can.
That's what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
so Don will move Article 14,
Yeah, not a problem. I'll do 15 as well.
and I will second it. And, okay, you want to
I'll do 15 because I was the one that started that.
Yep,
So
okay.
I'll gladly do that.
Would someone like to
I'll
second that?
second 15.
Anita will second that. Article 16 is to establish the Highway Department Project Capital Reserve Fund.
I'll take it, I don't have one yet, you want me to do it?
Sure.
So Carol will move.
Carol will move it.
I'll second.
Thank you.
I use signatures on trying out, pen's not working.
Article
17, I'm happy to move that and talk about it.
Oh, boy. We The vote is
I was
still-
gonna stay
vote's still
away from
gonna have the
that
same
one.
I
question.
think Vote's gonna speak in favor of it.
Whose vote's gonna speak in favor of it?
He said we should do it.
Yeah, you did.
Did Don say he would second that? Sorry.
Sorry, I missed.
I'll second it.
Okay. Article 18.
Carol, would you like to do the two veteran
Sure.
credits, 18 and 19?
Yep.
Who would like to second that?
God, there's a lot.
I'll second. So it's for vote?
Yeah.
Can I do them both at
Yeah,
the same
they're
time?
most
No.
of them.
No,
I
they're
guess we
separate.
one at a time.
20 might take some time.
18.
Well, so we wouldn't move 20, that would be the petitioners, I would think.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You gonna second both of them?
I'll second both of them.
I will let you know that the way the article is written, it is ineffective.
DRA doesn't,
I've given it back, so they didn't put in, there's a whole sentence they took out. When they presented to the select board, the sentence was in there.
yeah,
And when they took it out when they had everybody sign. So we sent it back to them and we explained to them, I saw the email.
Yeah.
But we explained to them that their two options were they had to have it rewritten or re-signed, or they could try to amend it on the floor, and that's what they're going to do, is amend it on the floor.
what's the sentence?
100%.
Yeah,
They had to put the 100%, and I don't have the full wording of the sentence, but, they had to put the 100% exemption, and that's what they're going for,
Okay.
is the 100%, so, or what they're proposing to go for if it passes. So,
Now,
And I'll
can I
change
speak
it
to this as a citizen?
You can speak.
Yeah,
for it.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to speak against it.
Yeah.
Strongly.
Um,
because I-
You would have every right to do that. In the past, most people have walked away from
Yeah,
the select,
go
the
up to
table.
the mic.
Up front, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, I don't think it matters all that much, but
It looks good.
it looks good in decorum, and it's what people tend to do.
I did ask Christina
I usually just
yesterday
announce it
if,
because I don't feel like walking.
Yeah.
I asked Christina yesterday if she could get the numbers for the amounts for all the other credits we give out.
Yeah.
Just to, not to present it, but just in case someone
Yeah, I can-
says, well, how much do we give to this and that? Just
And
so
this
we
is
have it.
readopting the same amount that we had previously.
Oh, on the veterans, yeah, but
Yeah.
Right.
he wanted the totals for this, to talk about, to have in the
What does
pocket
it
for the
cost?
solar, so.
Oh, for the solar,
Yeah.
yeah.
In case somebody says, well, we give credits to all the other people,
Yeah,
because we all cover that in
Right,
essence.
right.
So
Yes.
I'm not gonna, I wouldn't bring it up, but I wanna have it in case somebody asks.
Yeah, this is. how much we
interestingly
give.
though, the credits that we give are based on age or service
Disability.
or disability.
Right.
And this is based on,
You got a little more money to put a solar, sorry.
yeah, no,
exactly.
I
Yeah,
agree with
this
you.
is based on a choice,
Yeah,
Right.
that you're making.
I've done this, I was at the energy committee all day, and we've had this conversation all day. Every single vote, 10 to 10, all day in the committee.
Really? Split down? Wow.
Well, it's because we're like 208 to 203 to 198 is the.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, wow.
Um,
But it was all party line all day.
almost, except for the easy squeezy one, there's a couple you get. but-
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably get up and if they do 100%, I'll put it to 50% because I think that's what it should be because it's a capital piece of equipment and it should be declined every year, but you can't do that.
Right.
Depreciated is the word. It should be depreciated, but there's no way you can do that in assessing.
Right.
So,
Well, there's a way, but you don't want to have to.
oh, it'd be.
Because that's what they do with mobile homes, right? They,
Mobile homes does have some type of depreciation, but it's
Yes,
marked
yeah.
up under, in the under construction tab.
Yeah, so
And-
it would just be a nightmare.
yeah.
We can have the number of what, somebody will ask how much is it too?
Yeah, how much will
Well,
we
I
lose?
can
on-
tell you what it was as of October, because that's when we ran it, which was 242,000 in value, and about 2,000. in
Okay, that's how
town.
much solar
Yeah.
value is out there?
There's more now, there's potentially more, we won't have picked all of it up
That's
by
So
April,
roughly
but
250,000.
Roughly,
Yeah.
roughly as of October, so.
Yeah,
And that would be what tax wise?
Well, I also put that in the report, I think it was just over 2,000 just on the town rate, but it was over 8,000 on the whole value.
That's
And
not-
that was for 2022, because we didn't have or 20, yeah, I'll double check, but I think
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
2021.
Now, that brings up something that I've never thought of. If we're reducing the value, I mean, we're basically reducing the value of that property. That goes across all the taxes, since we're the tax collector for
Right,
4
yeah.
different entities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So are we getting hit, that we're paying
well, technically, yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna get
right.
hit on the school.
on the school as well?
That's a
well,
great
the
point.
schools would be adjusted based, the value, when the value gets adjusted, I believe your school rate would adjust based
Yeah.
on what your value is. So potentially, if
No.
your value is less, your tax rate could increase a little potentially because you have less money.
No,
No,
yeah, so since we're 100% ADM,
Yeah. It's based
our
on your
value doesn't, the value of our property doesn't matter for how much we pay the school.
That's right.
We pay them a set amount, so if we're giving people a discount on the value of their house,
It means
we're
it
also
goes
giving
on
them
to
a
the
discount
town.
on the amount of money that they're paying in towards the school.
Can I clarify that? So it's 100% ADM, but isn't it a percentage of the overall value? So you take, isn't it?
Valuation has nothing to do with any of it. Nope,
That's
the
interesting.
calculations for the school, valuation of your town has nothing to do with it, absolutely not.
So the
So,
school,
Only on the state piece. On the
on
state
the
piece.
state.
On the
piece-
state
That's
and the
your
county,
Yeah,
the only thing, the only where it comes in is, in the equalization factor. That's where that comes in. So it's actually the same on county and state portion.
Yeah.
If we're giving somebody a discount essentially on their value, then we're under collecting for those as well as the municipal.
Okay, I don't wanna get lost.
But anyway,
on your
okay,
side
yeah,
of
that's-
that, because that's a decision.
that's a
That's
decision
an
for
argument
town
for town meeting.
But
yeah.
it's something that the
Yep.
select
That's
board
a
should
good-
be aware of since
Well,
we're the
good
tax
question.
collectors.
I wanna be
Yep.
prepared to.
Yep,
Now, I forget, if you're making a point at town meeting, people can't question you as the person at the microphone.
comments go to the,
They can go through the moderator and ask you, yeah.
So knowing all these answers would be good.
yep.
Yep.
I'll talk. I've said this to you like 10 times. I'll call you.
What else we have for,
so do you, want laptops for that day set up for you?
I don't need.
Or, so, or would you have like I thought.
paper's good.
It might be
Yeah,
easier to
paper's
do
good.
a small thing like
Yeah.
this for you
Yep,
with your warrant articles in
Yep.
it and your key
That would be
points.
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it's a little more work for you, but
But that will, yeah, and I'll have a laptop that day, so,
Yeah.
we'll do a slideshow, of the
Yep.
warrant articles.
Yep.
Food or snacks for that day, I'm hoping,
Does the school usually do something?
well, that's,
Some-
we haven't
some
met
youth
with them
group
yet,
does.
but do you, after.
If they can, if one of those groups wants to do that, then that would be great.
Yeah.
I think
The
maybe.
Girl Scouts want to sell
last
cookies.
Couple of years they didn't have it because of COVID or something, but
I think they did a table out in the hall.
Yeah.
in Muncie-
Yeah.
in Muncie, and I think it was, the cooking class or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did like a bake sale type thing last year.
I think they let this, whatever graduating class, because they collected the money and used it for fundraising.
Yep. Yep.
Town's attorney,
yes.
That's insurance, you don't want to use it, but you want it
It
there in
would seem
case you
so
need it.
weird not seeing him sitting there in front of us, keeping a poker face.
Love Sean.
Yeah.
He does-
and is there anything else that
I was
you
going for
need
beer.
that I'm not thinking
Yeah.
about?
No,
So,
but not that I can think of.
I think that will cover it then. And the only other thing I had related sort of to this is you have a meeting scheduled, between voting and town meeting, which is the 16th.
Mhm.
Do you still wanna keep that between voting and town meeting?
yeah,
Okay,
I mean, we're still the elected officials.
yes,
Still voting,
they
yeah.
still have to serve the last meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, good, so you have 2 more meetings.
2 more?
Well, and then town
Oh,
meeting
man.
voting, this is awesome.
I'm starting to get sad that the next
I
meeting is the
know.
last.
Okay,
How well versed do we have to be on the budget for that day, or are we just gonna let Dawn do it all?
Yeah.
Well, the budget committees,
Budget committee, it's a budget committee's budget, not ours.
It's
So
their-
questions don't get thrown back to the select board.
They do, they will.
They do.
Yep,
Yeah.
and,
We'll have the spreadsheet with
Yeah.
the notes from, on the
Yeah.
laptop.
Okay.
Bob will be there.
yeah,
Okay,
So we'll have those two things, and we'll try to we'll probably share. I'll figure out something for
Okay.
the slideshow, but.
thank you.
and, you know, the fact is, there's not much difference between the two.
No,
And so
Right.
they're basically arguing for our budget.
well, and one of the things did somebody say the other night that there was definitely gonna be a motion to change the money for Nana or for?
Yes.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Oh,
There-
yeah,
I know
absolutely.
that, actually, I've already been told there
Yeah.
will be a motion
Yeah.
from the floor, so.
Yeah.
The
So,
person
and-
asked
and-
me why, I explained why, and, they said that they would most likely do a motion from the floor,
Yeah.
and the director of Lakes Region has resigned, so.
oh,
The one that came to the
The
public
budget.
budget hearing, that person has resigned, so.
Because of the loss of money?
Well, no, I think
Because
they
of Bristol, because of
they
Bristol
resigned for
Tourist.
some other reasons,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Well, that means their budget's less than if they're not paid.
There you go.
And
But we're, on that number, if that comes up, we'll go back to the number that we put in our budget, the 27,000.
We support it,
Whatever well, we'll support it up to what we
yes.
said.
they would ask to
You
put
can
in
vote how
that,
you'd like, I mean,
it's up to the
Right.
board,
Yeah.
if they put.
I just wanna make sure I'm on the same
We-
page with you guys, that's.
Well, we presented a budget and we gave
Right.
it, and they made a specific change in that.
Right.
If you as a, you know, I don't think you have,
You know,
know, that's an interesting
we're not up there as
question.
a board, we're up there at that point as citizens,
Okay.
when
Yeah.
you're voting.
yeah.
Vote
'cause
as
you-
a citizen.
You did your duty
Yeah.
in presenting with us, in presenting that budget to the budget committee.
Right.
You did further duty by working with the budget committee.
Right.
And we applaud you for that.
Thank you. So you can vote however, you can vote however you'd like. When it comes to like the warrant articles and stuff, that would be a different, I think, to be kind of blindsided by.
No, I'm just saying, if somebody brings it forward,
Yeah,
I'll go to the 27,000 that we said, but
yeah,
if you bring it less, of course, I'd vote on that.
right.
So they only asked for, not
Wasn't that it?
They asked
27?
for 20,
No,
I thought
it's
it's usually
33,
33
it was
too.
33.4,
Yeah.
and it was cut to 16.7.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I got that number in my head, so. Okay.
This has happened before with Nana and
And it's,
it's
usually been-
overwhelmingly been put back in.
Yeah, yeah.
but the difference in this case is there is another organization that overlaps.
Right.
And so it'd be interesting.
Having Baker Home
Yeah.
Health and Hospice, yeah.
Well, there was a pretty good argument that we got enough need regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk lake water quality study guidelines.
So those were not in your packets, I
Okay.
have them to share on the screen for you. It's basically, you already kind of saw Carol Brown's suggestion of scope of work. I combined it with, and the only reason I picked this is because it was easier to get done.
Yep.
I combined it with what we've done with the other committees so far, created the purpose straight from the scope of work. It's also in your folders.
I thought you were saying it wasn't.
It wasn't emailed to you
Oh, gotcha,
last night
yeah.
though. I took the membership, I took everything from the scope of work that was previously discussed by the board. I put the membership that was in the scope of work. The directives I took straight from the 1 through 4 are straight from the scope of work. 5, 6, 7 are based off of Energy Committee and PEMIPAP that we've already done. And then number 8, I said upon completion of the report, the select board would be, the group would be abolished. Because that's their,
Disbanded is a
abolishing the
little nicer
word.
word.
I mean, I said abolished because that's all I could think of at the time, but I can change that word.
I like it.
But
do too.
it takes them start to finish, and then we don't have to come back and say, it's time for you to go. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's good, that's fine.
It works.
Great.
And if you agree, then I've prepared it for you to sign, and then I didn't think we needed to invite them, because we had Carol here, right? And then the only thing I did do was say that they would work with the Conservation Commission, the town administrator, and the select board. Because I did want to add more to the land use office for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so,
Yeah, that's good. That was one overwhelming thing on the Sewer to the Lake project was
Yeah,
people asking about,
Yeah.
where's your study of how it's being affected, so
I hit a button.
I think people will be happy to see this.
I mean, I think we already have the answer, so we just gotta put it in.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
through the process.
The scope of work has already pretty much been out for people to see. Let me get there without unfrozen. Can't type from here. No wonder that's why I'm frozen. So,
Never trust a pen from a guy that does video.
I have to go up there and type. I'm nice about stuff.
Good, Ben.
I know, I want that back. That's a
We're just
good
going
thing.
back
Yeah,
to,
put it on file.
yep, I'm collecting.
Yeah, get these at work.
Yeah, they write nice.
I like the gels.
Me too. Just ordered some more.
Welcome to Pen Talk.
Everybody wants to know what we use as writing instruments.
Their
Background cover.
scope of work has already been established under here, Lake Water Quality Study Group Special Committee, because they are a subcommittee of the Conservation Commission.
Yeah.
So that information is here, so people are aware of it.
Okay.
And then, okay. that's
It's
it.
good, we're making a little headway.
Yeah.
Good, we kinda scheduled to read 2 documents each month and comment on them
Yep.
as we go along.
So is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Lake Water Quality Study Group
Is there a second?
Guidelines.
guidelines.
Second, I bet a second.
Seconded by Carol. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Abstentions? That is 5-0. Thank you. Highway equipment purchase order. So we have a,
Do you have the purchase order?
I
here?
do, I'm sorry, I was gonna share with people in the public. But this is being difficult, there we go. There's your purchase order, so you can read it if you need to. The quotes, there were quotes that were provided by the highway superintendent, Mark. And he's recommending that we go with HP Fairfields for the dump body plow and sander. This is the purchase order. If there are any specific questions about it, we did send you out the quotes previously, so.
You all sign this?
hold on.
Who
So
goes first?
we haven't voted yet.
But you can't see.
So this, for the purpose of the public,
There you go, sorry, I couldn't see the
this
number.
is to upfit the cab and chassis new 550 truck that has already been approved, and to get it everything that it needs to go into the line for service. It includes the dump bed, it includes all of the plowing apparatus and the sander. Yeah. Do you want to make a motion, Carol?
You've been trained in this.
Yeah,
See
well-
how much you remember.
I make a motion that we go with the quote from HP of Fairfields for the dump body plow and sander for the new truck, and that we authorize the town administrator to sign.
Purchase order number and price.
Purchase order number 003899 for a total of $77,475.
So actually, you
Second.
don't have to sign it then, Carol, with your motion.
You just authorized her.
Thank you.
Second,
Look at you saving us work.
Seconded.
I second it.
seconded by Les. Any further discussion, questions, comments? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed and abstentions. That is 5-0. Thank you.
You know, you only have about a month left of training, not even. 2 more meetings of training.
We've only given me 2 to do in a year.
It's easy, approve purchase order.
Wait
number.
till you're chair next year.
Yeah, there you go.
Next item is disposal of forestry vehicles from the fire department.
So we don't have an item for you to sign.
Yeah.
It's just, Ben would like permission to pursue options to dispose of, whether it's bids or sale through White Farm. But you would just wanted to get the board to vote on that so that we could pursue those options.
And we would have final say on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, any comments? Anyone like to move that?
I'd make a motion that we give permission to the fire chief to look into the disposal of forestry vehicles and bring the final information back to the board. Is that
Okay.
already?
Second.
Second by Anita. Any further comments, questions? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Abstentions? That is 5-0. Town administrator report.
That's under number 7. I've added a couple of things since I said this yesterday, but just to give a brief update on where we're at with the public safety building and the move for the public as well. We are anticipating a contract signing tomorrow. So fingers, we're getting closer. And then we've already, the PD will be moving majority of their items into the building tomorrow and Monday. They will be fully moved into the building by Tuesday. Anything that remains at the old police department would be left to be disposed of, and we've been told that we can do that, and they would demo it with the whole building. For Monday is a holiday. This building is closed to the public. However, we will be conducting a server move. IT will be here. An electrician will be here to install some outlets that we need to fix some lighting and a breaker box at the same time. And then the phone company will also be here. There are 4 different places that the phone lines will be rerouted to because we won't have phone services on Monday. We didn't want, there are certain places that are all on the same program, so we rerouted phones to for water, sewer, fire. Water, sewer won't be open, but if there was an emergency call, we felt those lines should be rerouted.
Yeah.
I'll take those calls that day. TTCC is in the same group on the phone system, so we rerouted their calls. Fire, we rerouted their calls, and police, we rerouted their calls for that day. And then Tuesday, the server for the PD and all of their electronics will be hooked up and ready to go for them. Will be moved and installed, so.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a chance to check out the upstairs, you should. We talked about elections, candidates forum. They did decide to hold a candidates forum. I did, just so people are aware too, for the public, I will bring that up on the screen. On the homepage of the screen, it's 2023 town meeting and information and documents. Everything we've done so far, like petition warrant articles, we're updating that they've been closed and so on, is here. Who's running, what will be taking place on voting day, the elections and the zoning amendments. Here's the election of the officers on the screen, who's running that we're aware of. If you roll down, Articles 2 through 10 are the zoning amendments. The reasoning behind it, we have a video that they recorded explaining it, and we'll get that up there in the next few days, so that will also be there for people to see. The sample ballots should be arriving soon, so we'll have those posted, and then these are the items that we've already approved, the town meeting warrant, the proposed budget, which is the Department of Revenue report, and then our proposed, these are the same, but we do it as the Excel worksheet.
Yeah.
So that's there, and then when the town report becomes available, that will be also linked to the page. So I have to add, I added the candidates forum already.
And is it at the library?
Yep, so the candidates forum will be Saturday, March 11th at 10:30 a.m. Brittany Overton will be the moderator, and then Cade will be recording it, and Cade will, once we record, we'll get that posted as well so that people can take a look at that. So.
Okay.
So nobody ran for moderator for the school district?
Not that we're aware of, no.
And we're short.
Or budget committee member?
Yeah.
Oh, is Ned not running for
I
school?
don't know.
So I'll double check, but the website didn't show that. And then we have one open budget committee's position as well for the town, but everything else is all set, so.
Charlie running, okay.
Yeah. We ended up getting
Good.
2 people to go for the trustees of the trust
Good.
funds positions.
It'll be great, the two of them for that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I think Betty will be happy.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I did want to point out too, so Kathleen is running again. She was one of our certificates. I thought it would be nice to say out loud that she's been 30 years.
30 years.
Wow.
30 years. We didn't get to tell her at our holiday luncheon, but I thought it would be nice to say on the TV.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So,
Great.
all right.
Okay.
Town report dedication. I will just let you read that. We should be all set for this, but I'm not even gonna say what date it is in the public right now.
Okay.
Under employee updates, we did put employee surveys in all of their, these notices. Actually, Ingrid found a way to do, they can take the little key code, QR code,
Sure.
and use their phone to take the survey. So there's one survey, there's 2 surveys. One is an employee satisfaction survey for all employees, and one survey is for full-time for benefit, to ask them questions about benefits. So I did finally get in touch with Hub 66. We have reestablished, every 2 weeks we'll be on conference calls.
Good.
We will be probably reaching back out to the board with some information, because their ownership of the phases, we're supposed to start transferring ownership according to the contracts.
Yeah.
So they are working on getting the licenses changed over and fixing that kind of fell through the cracks. So they're gonna insure them and get that information to us, and we're gonna get the ownership also transferred over, so. Net metering program, we don't have a lot of information on that. I just wanted you to be aware that we've been advised that we cannot be part of the more than one net program and net metering, as far as renewable energy. I've asked the energy committee to look into this and let us know what they find out, but potentially there could be a loss of some revenues there, so.
Okay.
We did remove the article from the warrant, one of the articles, which was the payback article.
Yeah.
It's very hard to explain, so I didn't want to put it in typing because I didn't think I'd be able to explain it, but I've talked to the auditors department, and I've talked to the Department of Revenue. Department of Revenue said that we couldn't do the article the way it was worded. They said to put money into a capital fund, which was the first part of the article, you had to have a project that you were putting it in for. You couldn't offset the deficit.
Yeah.
So the first one was the miscellaneous projects capital fund. That money will have to come out of technically the general fund or out of last year's budget. which the auditors, so we thought we were gonna put 150,000 roughly from 2022 back into the general fund. The auditors can do a journal entry, pay that, it's about $69,000 total. Do a journal entry, take it out of 2022, and we'll put less money back into the general fund.
Yeah.
And, the DRA would be fine with it because we're not over expending what we budgeted.
Right.
The other two are users' fees, and that can just be a journal entry. So they said something about we wanted this to be on the warrant, but it's very confusing to explain to someone on the warrant. It would be easier to explain, we had a deficit in these funds, and we did a journal entry to fix it.
Yeah.
The only one that affects anything is going to be the roughly $69,000, and it just means we don't put as much back into the fund from 2022.
Which we were gonna take out of in 2023, so it's a wash.
Right.
Yeah.
So the auditors will do it all in April when they're here, and they will be able to take this finally off of our audit report.
Oh, good.
So, if anything changes, I'll get back to you, but right now, that's their recommendation as well.
It's technically not there anyhow, so.
Right.
No,
The nebulous of the.
it just clears the deficit that's been hanging on those funds, so.
Yeah.
I met with, the kiosk for the Penny Trail. Have any of you seen the kiosk that's already there?
Yeah.
I hadn't, so I had her send me a picture, so I will. This is the current kiosk, which is at the beginning, on
It's
the
really nice.
River Falls Trail.
Does a
It
great
came
job.
out awesome. So they, both Hilda and Lucille had talked to Nick previously about another kiosk towards the bottom of the hill in the park, and it would be more directed to the trains, the railroads.
Yep.
So I said I didn't see any reason why we wouldn't do that. Mark has agreed to clear the area, but, I wanted to just point out that they had talked previously about a portion of the cost being covered. They got money from the Rotary Club, that donated, and they're asking if we can offset the rest, so. So I just wanted to make sure the board was okay with that.
Okay.
The only other concern they raised is the cameras, because now, apparently there's some more, it looks like the kids I haven't been down there, but it looks like the kids have been kicking in the fencing.
Yeah, there's been some damage to the fencing, yeah.
So, and they say it looks like it's gotten worse, and they're concerned that the kiosk towards the bottom won't have as much.
Yep.
So, I said that, we would look into something, whether it's.
Did you put a trail cam down?
Well, that's what I was thinking, some kind of game cam that could point downward, that they couldn't cut off a tree, but, or some type of camera system,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, you could probably even do something like a Simply Safe or Nest or, because they're battery. I
Yeah.
mean, you'd have to maintain it, but.
Or so we'll look into options. I know that, we have the other camera
And they-
systems that should be coming
If they can
soon.
connect to if there's Wi-Fi down there that's available, I know I don't know, the Hub 66 isn't down there, but there used to be the other one.
But the fiber didn't go there.
Okay,
It got, so it was supposed to originally go down that way, and it got, there was some type of change order to put
does
in
the
the
Central
water
Street
sewer.
Station have,
Wonder if they will with the upgrade.
that's what I'm wondering too, yeah.
They can have
Put
that.
something in, so you
Yeah.
have the building
It'd
there.
be easy, yeah.
All you'd have to do is grab a couple of them and it would slow it down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the reason, there was a reason we couldn't do it with the Central Streets. We've had this conversation this summer. Something, maybe they don't have internet there, they don't skate there in that building yet, right?
I think they
Yeah,
probably will with the upgrade.
But they will, because they're gonna have automatic pumping and
Right,
and alarms and things like
So
that.
we would
Similar to what we do.
piggyback
And
on that.
there's some outdoor Wi-Fi units upstairs that, I'm not clear on who they were designated for. One says highway, one says water sewer, but water sewer doesn't need them at the plant.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that could potentially be utilized down at the pump
Yeah.
station then, so.
Are
Because
they hardwired?
they're ruckus, equipment that gets, and I think they go on the outside of the building
Yeah,
and they, wire into the building, so.
okay. Okay.
But I can clarify that, those are now in my office, so.
Can we electrify the fence?
Oh, good
Can.
idea, I like
We
that.
could put a sign up that it is.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah. All right.
and then the last thing on actually one thing's not on here, but the road postings, I just wanted to announce it as
Yep.
well. Town of Bristol has already posted weight restrictions on the town roads as
Yep.
well. Town of Bristol has already posted weight restrictions on the town roads. It is on the website. We posted them effective on 2/13, and then with town roads, if anyone has a need for a delivery or they really need to get out a road that's posted, they can contact Mark and to determine if he can do a permit to exceed road limits. He usually makes it for a specified time, if it has to be done, so. Also note, the state is posting weight restrictions on all state roads in Bristol effective 2/21/23. They are estimating that the state roads will be posted until April 11th. However, they will review the posting period based on future road and or weather conditions. So,
It's early, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
very
very.
much.
Usually this time in March.
we were starting to get, because it was so warm, we were starting to get some damage because of the,
Oh, yeah, no, there's no
Right.
question. I was on a, what's normally a very good road in Cornish today, and it's a mess.
Yeah,
And it's middle of February, it's crazy.
I got a delivery in last week before they
Yeah.
posted
Yeah,
and made arrangements for one on Tuesday, so.
the school is putting out a survey right now. It's called the Facility Needs Survey.
Yep.
We've got paper copies. I didn't think that was a problem. We were putting them out in the lobby.
Yeah.
They're asking if we can put the link on the website. I didn't see any
Sure.
issues with that.
No,
But I will
that would
do
be
that.
I've already done it.
I did the paper copy.
Where'd you find it?
It was on one of the Facebook.
Survey for the citizens.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're doing a facility needs survey.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, so I'll get the link on the website. I think the paper copy is gonna discourage people because they have to actually take it back to the SAU office. So the online one, I think they'll get more people to do it, so.
couldn't they drop it off here?
We could probably deliver it, yeah.
I mean, just
So-
put it in an envelope and send it over.
Yep.
Yeah,
So we'll
that way
put
they
it,
don't feel like they're, being intimidated or whatever.
right.
Yeah.
So if anybody is listening and they do wanna do a paper copy and they pick it up from here and they can drop it in our Dropbox.
Yep.
And we'll make sure we get it to the school.
Yep.
And
The heck we
I
could.
what? I know.
Basically
It's a-
throw it out the back window.
Deb
Paper
already,
airplane.
Yeah,
There you go.
I was gonna say Deb already delivered some.
yeah,
Um,
run a line.
that's it for me unless people start talking and I remember something else.
Okay.
Wait,
Yep, no.
I did include, in your email last night, the blurb about the survey. I did not get you the survey packet. I will email that out to you. We'll be posting that on the website. The master plan survey, there was a separate, independent analysis done of it. It's a 100-page document. They did a really good job.
Yeah,
But it's definitely independent, so we're gonna post it on the website.
who paid for that?
It was paid for out of the master plan money,
Yep.
because we have done a survey in 2018. And internally, an analysis was done, which we think may have been leaning towards the internal person's opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why it was much better to have an independent person do facility, which was resilient planning. They did the review, they did a really good job.
Great, okay.
But I'll email you it, or I'll email you the link once it's posted, so you can take a look at the information.
All right,
Okay,
right,
now I'm done.
let's go around the room. Les,
I have nothing.
wow, okay. Don,
I'm good.
I'm all set.
Carol,
So at the house,
You should just start with him.
you've.
No, get all of us out of the
Planning
way.
folks will like this.
yep,
There's a proposed law, and the word is shall, it doesn't say may. The local legislative body of a city, town, blah, 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 in which there are unincorporated, shall allow as a matter of right any single-family lot in a residential zoning district served by municipal water and sewer to be used for 4 residential dwelling units.
Oh, that's right, I did hear about this one.
yeah.
I had a call from someone saying, what does that do to my neighborhood if that happens to happen? So I haven't had a chance to listen to the video on it yet. It can be 4-unit buildings, 2-unit buildings, 4 single units, or 4 townhouses. Wow. In a
If it's,
single-family lot in a water and sewer district,
Oh, interesting,
residential zoning.
yeah.
It
I
doesn't say
can't,
how much acreage.
can't imagine that
No.
passes.
I can't imagine. No, there was one, I tell you the truth, it was Tuesday, I'm trying to remember if it,
It's been there before,
Yeah.
last year it was 4 units also, and they did an expedient to legislate.
Yeah.
But I don't know where this one's going, so.
well, there's a lot of things being brought forward because we're so close.
Yeah,
And then there was one saying that corporations wouldn't be non-natural persons. Corporations wouldn't be allowed to buy, would be limited in how they could buy residential properties because there's a thought that corporations are overpaying for residential properties and then they're renting them out for a lot of money and taking them out of the workforce, the availability for the workforce.
Exactly.
yeah,
Which the libertarian sorts were all voting against that.
yeah.
So,
There's another one that will also eliminate local regulations of certain wetlands.
yep.
So.
But on the other hand, there's the perennial one that redefines how wetlands are delineated, and that would add to prime wetlands.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
But this will take local regulation out. It would
Yeah.
allow state regulation, but we wouldn't be able to regulate with the wetlands.
Have an overlay
conservation
district.
overlay district.
Yeah,
Oh, and then most importantly to us, Sean and I talked about this already, the Bridgewater, Hebron, and Groton had put forth a law to allow them to create a new school district. As you probably already know this.
Yeah, and actually, that's to circumvent the
right, the
the
process.
process that is now in place.
Right,
So it would be a special exception just for them,
And which process are they trying to circumvent?
The withdrawal study.
the withdrawal process.
Well,
with the process where the rest of the towns get to vote on whether they get to leave or not.
Exactly,
right, so there was,
and the state and everybody else.
there had to be
They
40
have to
people from
provide-
Bridgewater there, and I'm saying this to the camera. I was the only one that finally spoke up and said there's a money piece to this. Everybody else was saying it was about the kids and about veterans school, and that's all fine. It's, I mean, it's all, less bus routes and all that kind of thing. So I'm just letting you know, it's out there.
Yeah.
all right. I don't have anything.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's candy on the floor.
All right, motion to adjourn?
So moved?
So moved,
Second.
and then seconded by Carol. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Deb.